Okay, here's a web page that was created in Dreamweaver using Bootstrap in order to create a responsive design. Responsive design means, watch, when I change the size of my browser, you can see everything adjusts. This is also important when we're viewing the same web page on different devices. So we're going to use Photoshop's Generate feature in order to optimize these images, which means we want to reduce the file size to make everything more efficient. Let's go to Bridge. So here's our images. You can see the sizes: 2.5, 1.5, 5.5 megabytes. We're going to recreate this Photoshop file in this folder, so let's delete that. So our next step is we need to get these 3 images into a single Photoshop file, each on a different layer. So we can do that through Photoshop. You can go to File, Scripts, Load Files into Stack, or if you prefer, you can use Bridge. Just select the files, go to Tools, Photoshop, Load Files into Photoshop Layers. Okay, Photoshop's all done doing that. Now the next thing we need to do, we want to make all these images the same size. So you can see our sky image here is bigger than the rest. So let's drag out a couple of guides. You get the guides from your rulers. If you don't see your rulers, it's just Control R to reveal your rulers. Now let's check our sky image. So we got something in the corner we don't really want. So let's move this over. So as long as we're in the crop area here, and now let's crop it and drag it to the guides. Click the check mark when you're done, and there you go. Everything is the same size. Looks good. Okay, I've saved the file as demo.psd. Now we're going to turn on the Generate feature. So I'll go to File, Generate, Image Assets. Click on that. Double check to make sure it really did start. Okay, so there's a check mark there, so that means we're good. Let's bounce back to Bridge for a second. And now this file, this folder here was created. This wasn't there before. Let's open it up. Here's the files. So they're slightly different because we've cropped them. So we got 1.72 megabytes, 1.3, and 4 megabytes for the grass. Okay, now watch what happens when we make a slight change in our layer panel. Okay, I'm going to go to my layer panel over here and just do something to the name. At the end of the name, I'm going to type in a 5. So that is the quality. So we're going to bring the quality down to 5 for all of them. Just double click on the name and type in 5 at the end. So actually the 5 represents 50% quality. Now let's go back to Bridge, take a look. Here's our demo asset. And there you go. So now you see a big change. Now we got 375 kilobytes, 226, and 1.3 for the weeds. Now you can bring the weeds down a little bit more. Double click on the name. We'll change that to 4. And that's all I did. Now let's go back to Bridge. And there you go. So see, now I went down a little bit more. But I think you get the idea. So that's how we can reduce the size. Okay, now also anything you do in this Photoshop file is going to be reproduced immediately. So watch, if I turn my weeds here, if I use an adjustment layer, make it black and white, this will also immediately show up. I don't have to do anything. I don't even have to save or go back to Bridge. There you go. See up here? This is already changed to black and white. Okay, so that's it for today. Hope you liked it. Bye-bye.